Hi students, this is Aswant, your maths teacher. So in this video I am going to teach first chapter in your syllabus, that is rational numbers. So before going to this concept, first we recall the different types of collection of numbers. So in this collection, what is the first one? Natural numbers. So which type of numbers we are taken as natural numbers, and these natural numbers have one property. What is that? Yeah, so the property of the natural numbers is countability. So all countable numbers we are taken as natural numbers. Countable numbers means, so in case if you count the coins or things or anything, you start with which number? 1, 2, 3, 4. You are moving like this. So this type of numbers, when you are arranged in a group, that group we are called natural numbers, and that group is denoted by capital N. So natural numbers means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. So in this group, what is the least number? 1 is the least number. So after the natural number, the next group is whole numbers. So whole numbers means which type of numbers we are taken as whole numbers? It is very simple. I think you miss one number. What is that? That is 0. So in case if you add that 0 to this countable numbers, then we get whole numbers. See, whole numbers means all countable numbers plus 0. Okay, that means whole numbers are start with which number? 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. These are all the whole numbers. Okay, so of the whole numbers, next collection of numbers is integers. So integers means, it is very simple. So integers means all countable numbers, 0 and negatives of countable numbers. That means all the natural numbers and 0, and when you take the negatives of that countable numbers, that collection we are called integers. Okay, means -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So in these integers, what is the most important? 0 is the most important. Why? Because this 0 is divides the countable numbers and the negatives of the countable numbers. So when you enter the integers, these countable numbers we are not called natural numbers, we are taken as positive integers, and the negative countable numbers we are taken as negative integers, and these positive integers and negative integers are separated by 0. So in the integers, 0 is the most important number. Why? Because this 0 separates the negative integers and the positive integers, and when you represent these integers on a number line, first you represent 0, after that you represent the any number like positive integer or negative integer. And in these integers, here we have a short classification, that is actually, so in these integers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on, these are all we call positive integers. -1, -2, -3 and so on, these are all negative integers. So in case if you add this 0 to the positive integer, that new collection we called non-negative integers. That means if you add that 0 to the positive integers, what you get? You get the collection of whole numbers. So according to this integer, we call that collection of whole numbers as non-negative integers. This is the most important point. Why? Because in the further classes we use this word regularly. 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on means non-negative integers. Non-negative integers, in further classes we use this word regularly. So that's why you remember, non-negative integers means a collection of whole numbers. In case if you add this 0 to the negative integers, then we get non-positive integers. Non-positive integers, but we cannot use this non-positive integers, but in further classes we use the non-negative integers. It is used for so many conditions, so that's why you must remember this classification. 1, 2, 3 and so on, they are called positive integers. -1, -2, -3 and so on, they are called negative integers. And if you add this 0 to the collection of positive integers, then you get non-negative integers. And if you add this 0 to negative integers, that collection we call non-positive integers. So this is the third most important collection of numbers. Okay, and the next collection is rational numbers. That is our chapter. Already you know which type of numbers we are called rational numbers. Already you learned a little bit in the 7th classes. Just in 7th class you test these rational numbers and you come out. So in this section we completely studied about this rational numbers. So before going to that, first, which type of numbers we are called rational numbers? Say, it's very simple. A number which is in the form of p by q and q is not equal to 0, where p, q are integers, is called rational number. That means if you write any number in the form of p by q, where p, q are integers, that number we call rational numbers. So before this rational numbers, we have too many collections. Natural numbers are there, whole numbers are there, integers are there. Okay, so every natural number is a rational number, every whole number is a rational number, and every integer is also a rational number. Why? Because sir, in natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, we don't have the p by q form. How can you say they are the rational numbers? It is very simple. So in the denominator of any number, we cannot see anything, just we take 1, like 1 by 1, 2 by 1, 3 by 1, 4 by 1, 5 by 1, 6 by 1, like that. Okay, so in case if you take the denominator as 1 in the natural numbers, whole numbers and integers, yes, you can present them in p by q form, and where p and q are integers. Yeah, they are the integers, but the denominator, that means q, is not equal to 0. So in case if q is equal to 0, what happen? That means 2 by 0, 3 by 0, 4 by 0, it comes like that. What happened? Can you define the value of that number? No, that is not possible. Why? Because in case if the denominator is 0, the value of that fraction is not defined. Already you know that. Just here I am recalling. So that's why in the definition of rational numbers, you must present that condition, q not equal to 0, and in that rational number p by q, p, q are integers. So this is the definition of rational numbers. So in the next slide, just you can see the structure of this collection of numbers. So collection of numbers, in that collection of numbers, for the first one is natural numbers, and they are denoted by n and starts with 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And the second collection is whole numbers, and they are start with 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. That means all countable numbers along with 0. And the third collection is integers, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, and these integers are denoted by I or Z. And the third collection of numbers is rational numbers, which are in the form of p by q, and q is not equal to 0. So up to here, what is the biggest collection of numbers? Obviously it's a rational number. Okay, but as per the number system, we have some more collection of numbers like irrational numbers, real numbers, complex numbers and imaginary numbers. Like that, we have some more collections. You can learn, you learn them into further classes. Okay, so now let us observe this picture. Yes, in this picture we arrange all the natural numbers in a group and all whole numbers in a group, and all integers we can arrange in a group, and all rational number we can arrange in a group. Do you understand anything from this picture? Yeah, what is that? The collection of natural number is a part of whole numbers, and the whole numbers is a part of integers, and the integers a part of rational numbers. That means every natural number is a whole number, and every whole number is an integer, and every integer is an rational number. Okay, but every whole number is a natural number? No. Why? 0 is a whole number, but it is a natural number. Okay, this is the most important point. Every natural number is a whole number. Every whole number is an integer. Every integer is a rational number. That means every natural number is a rational number. Every whole number is a rational number. Every integer is a rational number. So the collection of rational numbers is the biggest number set in number system up to this standard only. So when you go to the further next standard, we add some more numbers like irrational numbers. Okay, so and in case if you go to the 10th class, we add some more numbers like real numbers and so on. Okay, see next, properties of rational numbers. So what are the major properties involved in our number system? Already we have studied them in 6th class. Properties of numbers. What is the first property? Yeah, it's closure property, and second commutative property, and third associative property, and fourth existence of identity element, and fifth existence of inverse element. Here we have one more property, sixth one. What is that? That is distributive property, or addition and multiplication. Here I am not presenting that. Why? Because that is the additional property. Distributive property is a separate property. Okay, so in our number system, when you learn any new collection of numbers, first we verify all the properties. After that, you are applying that numbers in our calculations. Okay, so these collection of rational numbers are satisfy these properties or not, we will discuss in the next video. So thank you for watching.